You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 189.
Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets.
What's up, coaches? In this episode, I'm going to talk about the top 5 worst ways to attract clients. Now, this is building off of the previous episode where I shared the top 5 best ways to attract clients. So after this one, if you haven't listened to the previous episode, make sure you do so. Now, I started off last episode where I introduced this idea around what attraction means, client attraction versus what it means to get and find clients. And I want to elaborate more on this because the words and the language you use to describe your business and the way that you run your business matters. And we want to make sure that you are having the language and the mindset that really allows you to have the best approach. Now, when I say client attraction, what does it mean to attract clients? Attracting clients means drawing clients to you. It's about providing value. It's about having genuine conversations and building relationships with people over time. Attracting clients is about calling people into your services because they really see the value in what you have to offer. Okay, you are providing them with resources, with information that gives them value, and they come to you. They want your coaching. You are not chasing after them. When you focus on attracting clients, you become a client magnet. You develop a magnetic presence that draws those clients in and makes them want to engage with you and your services because they really see the value that you have to offer. This is why in Thriving Coach Academy, we call our business development course the Client Magnet Masterclass, because it's all about you becoming a client magnet so you call in and attract your ideal clients. Now, when you think about the flip side of this, where it's all about finding clients or getting clients or targeting clients, a lot of this is about pushing yourself onto others. And this could come across as really aggressive, very intrusive. This is all strategies that are aimed at persuading people to work with you, regardless of their interest or their readiness. And this is ineffective in the long run. This is also a way that could hurt relationships that you have with people. And it is not an effective way to run a coaching business. It's very transactional instead of really providing a space to have a deep connection with the people that would be a great fit for your coaching. So when you focus on client attraction, you're going to attract also what's called warm leads. And this means when someone is a warm lead, it means that there are people that are already warmed up to you, like they're interested in you. They already respect you. They already like you. They're developing a level of trust with you. But when you focus on the strategies I'm going to share here, where they're all about targeting and getting clients, this is what actually attracts cold leads to your business. So people who are resistant, they're guarded, they don't really see the value in what you have to offer. I want to talk about as well the mindset that you have when you're focused on client attraction versus client getting or client finding. When you are thinking about attracting clients, you're focused on how can I provide value to my audience? How could I give value to my audience or network? What are some insights or ideas that I can share with my network that will resonate with them? You're thinking about long-term relationships. So you might have thoughts like, I want to build trust and rapport with my audience. How can I engage with them authentically and foster an ongoing relationship with them? When it comes to providing them with resources, you might have questions that you reflect on, like, what type of content can I share that will inspire and educate my potential clients? Or how can I showcase my expertise while being relatable and making myself approachable? These are all thoughts that you'll have that will allow you to get in that space of client attraction. If you're instead focused on getting clients or finding clients, you're probably having questions like, how can I get clients quickly? Or how can I close the deal? How can I convert prospects to clients? I just want to make the sale. The building relationships part can wait. Or you might think thoughts like, how can I convince or push or persuade someone to work with me? And thankfully, this is not how you need to run your business at all. If you've ever experienced this in the past where someone maybe had a very pushy, aggressive approach, it probably turned you off, right? And you don't want to be that for your business and for your clients. And the good news is you don't have to do that. And this episode is going to show you the ways that you can avoid that by giving you the worst business building strategies to have as a coach. Now, this first strategy I'm going to share is not the top 5, but it's kind of embarrassing. So I want to share it with you. In one of my first years running my coaching business, when I had no idea what to do, I did like anything that would come to my mind. And one of my ideas was to hang up flyers, because I thought that would be, I thought, well, businesses hang up flyers around town. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to hang up flyers. So I was trying to focus my coaching business on new, I think it was like college seniors who were getting ready to take that step into the real world and figure out their careers. So I went to a local college campus and I had all these flyers printed out. And there were those flyers where you could rip off like a piece from the bottom that had my phone number and my website. And I put them all over the college campus, and I was waiting a long time, like weeks, and I never had a single person reach out. Did a single person call me. And I will never forget that. It was like one of the strategies I applied out of ignorance and also out of desperation. That's before I really understood how client attraction worked. So I'm not including that in my list. I think it's hopefully a given that you don't put up flyers for your coaching business. I'm going to give you 5 even worse strategies to grow your business. So again, you want to avoid all these. Number 1 is business cards. All right. Business cards are like very old school. You might just, this traditional idea you have around networking is that you got to hand people your business card. Business cards are a very passive way to build a connection with people. So just giving people a business card, it might feel like you're doing something important and productive, but it really doesn't create any engagement with another person. It's a very passive approach to really move people to take action or follow up. I've been at networking events in the past where I thought like that's all you have to do is exchange business cards. And I would just go home with a stack of business cards. And then I would think about all these cards I gave out and I would never have a single person reach out to me. Everyone just kind of was forgotten. So no relationships were being built. There's a very low follow-up rate when you hand out your business cards to others. And it can lead to a lot of missed opportunities as well to really have a genuine conversation and interaction with someone, right? A lot of people might think, oh, I don't want to, talk too much with this person. Let me just hand them a business card. Instead of like having that focus to just close the conversation, what if you just resisted needing to hand off a card and focused on inviting more dialogue with that person in front of you, instead of just thinking them as like another contact point for you to have? So there's a lot of missed opportunity for connection when you just go about handing business cards away to people. So business cards are a very outdated, ineffective way to grow any business, but especially a coaching business. So business cards is going to be one of these top 5 that we're going to say is one of the worst ways to find clients. Now, I will make a caveat and mention that if you are finishing up an exchange with someone where you had a really great conversation, it's always better for you to, because other people out there will want to give away their business card, which is fine. I never bring business cards to any networking events that I go to. What I will do is receive someone's business card, because then I can have the opportunity to follow up with them. And I make sure to do that promptly. So instead of giving away a business card and just, giving off your contact information and like putting it on your clients or your potential clients out there, it's okay to receive a business card with the intention that you really do follow up if there's truly something of value that you really can offer, or if there was a promise that you were going to follow up to maybe schedule a consultation with that person. So receiving business cards is very different than if you're just going out and passively giving away your business card, thinking that that will magically translate to clients. All right, the second worst way to find clients is paying for ads. This one's really big. Now, advertising, when you're paying for online ads, is extremely expensive, and there's no guarantee of a return on your investment when you pay for an ad. And a lot of newer coaches, they might just not really know how to market themselves. So they might think, oh, I'll just throw up a Facebook ad or a Google ad or YouTube ad and think like that's going to magically convert clients. And unfortunately, there are a lot of ad agencies out there that prey upon new entrepreneurs and new coaches because they know that these coaches don't know better. So they make you this false promise of telling you like all you need to do is set up ads and then you're going to have clients flock in. This is not how it works. It's not how it works at all. What you want to do instead is focus on organic marketing strategies. This means the strategies that allow you to have build genuine connections with people and offer people value. This will allow you to also validate your offers because you don't want to have ads that point people to an offer that hasn't yet been validated, right? If you don't know if people actually want your coaching program because of how you're marketing it, how you've structured it, then why would you throw money at an ad if the offer is not yet verified? So I'm not saying that you will never have a chance to use paid advertising in your business, but I would say for your first 300K at least, do not be focusing on paid advertising, okay? Ads can be a good way to scale your business after you've made around your first 300K, but it is a terrible way to be starting out your business, okay? In order to use, because we have ads that we now use, but I've built my business up for many years organically. That's where the majority of my clients have come from. So I did not focus on paying ads. Now that I use ads, what I've learned is that it actually is very expensive because your ads will not work at first. You need to have the resources available to figure out what ads work and what ads don't. So you need to be willing to spend thousands of dollars a month and with the guarantee, with no guarantee that you will actually make any of that back. And I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on ads in the past that have not generated a single return, and it was just money lost. So you need to be in a place in your business where you are very comfortable spending thousands of dollars a month on ads, so that way you can get the data you need to then create ads that actually will lead to paying clients. If you have a very low budget, which likely you do if you were a newer coach, you don't want to just throw that into ads because you won't be paying enough money for those ads for them to give you the data you need to then improve upon those ads. So there's a very uncertain ROI that you will get with ads, especially if you are earlier on in your business and you don't have client success stories and you don't have a clear niche, you don't have a clear offer, right? Every coach starts at that place, but don't add paid ads to the equation. This is just not going to help you. It's going to actually sink you into a really upsetting place. So I'm going to spare you thousands of dollars that you might lose if you have, ad agencies popping up trying to convince you to pay for ads as if that's going to magically unlock all of these possibilities for your business. So focus on organic marketing before you start to incorporate some paid advertising. And in the previous episode, I go over the best ways to attract clients. Paying ads is one of the worst. All right, let's go to the third one. Third worst way to find clients and attract them is to have a static website. So what I mean by a static website is a website where you might have a picture of you and your bio, you have some inspirational quotes, maybe you have your own little story there, you have a little definition of coaching, and then you have your coaching prices and rates. And maybe you have a place for people to email you or purchase your coaching services. Now, you might feel like really special doing this, and I'm guilty of this myself. When I got started, I did this. I thought that you just need to have a static website. But there were crickets. Nobody would visit the website. Nobody just became a client because they stumbled across my website. And that's going to be true for you as well. So static websites where it's just a bio, a photo, a quote, and your rates, there's very limited engagement that you have when it's a static website. There's no action that you're guiding people to take. You need to have a website that is more dynamic. And I'll share what that means in a little bit. But having a static website is not going to cut it. A static website also has no conversion path. Okay, so people can just visit the website and leave, and then there's no way for you to stay in touch with that person. It's kind of like if someone walks into a shop and then they leave and there's no way to follow up with that person to see if they're interested in having any of your products or services or having any questions answered. So there's a missed opportunity for connection there if you have a static website. So what you want to have instead is what's called a funnel. Okay, you want to get rid of your idea of having a website and you're having instead a funnel. A funnel is a web page that has a space for people to opt in. So there's something called an opt-in form. This is what invites people to share their contact information, like their email and possibly their phone number, for you to stay in touch with them and provide them with more resources. Now, I'm not just talking about like those pop-ups you might see on websites where they bother you and you just want to ignore them, you're going to offer someone a free resource that will be valuable for them. The only thing they have to do to get access to it is by providing you a form of contact information, like their email address. So it's like, I will give you this resource that will be valuable for you in exchange for your email address. So this is a way of you building a relationship that is based upon value, okay? Not just based upon, hey, just pay me money and let me be your coach. You're leading with value. You're leading with service. You're leading with generosity. And when you have this process, this is what allows you to follow up with your potential clients and build a relationship with them. And then over time, they will become paying clients. But just having a static, old school, traditional website is not going to cut it. Now, we give all of our students in the Academy all the tech support that they need to set up their own funnel, their own dynamic web page with an opt-in form, with a way for you to have your potential client's email address and have ways to follow up with them. We help you set all that tech up and have you figure out the software. We show you how to do it all. We will give you all the guidance that you need, and also to know exactly what type of resource to give those potential clients. That goes beyond the scope of this episode, but I want you to know that if you have those questions on how to do it, that's what Thriving Coach Academy is here for. We're going to make it very simple for you. So that's the third worst way to find clients. It's through having a static website. The fourth is through cold calling. Now, does anybody out there actually like receiving a cold call? Because I certainly don't. Now, I will say, through trial, I like to say trial and experience instead of trial and error. So through trial and experience, I learned that cold calling does not work. And I did try this years ago. I picked up the phone and I just called people, and it didn't lead to a single client. Now, and here's the reason why, and some of this might be obvious for you if you've ever experienced a cold call. And by the way, if you don't know what a cold call is, this is when someone just calls you unexpectedly. So it's an unsolicited call that you are getting from a stranger where they are just simply calling you to pitch their services or ask you to hire them, okay? Cold calls can feel very intrusive and very invasive, okay? So many people dislike that. They don't like receiving a call from a stranger, and it's not a positive experience that someone has. They're also not effective. Most people that are receiving a cold call, they're not in the mindset where they want to engage with you or talk with you. They are in the mindset where they want to like protect themselves from you or avoid you. It's kind of like they're pushing you away. And this is not a great way to start a relationship with somebody. And it's also a drain on your time and energy. Okay, so all the energy that you might put on calling strangers who don't even know who you are, you could put that into building relationships through other ways of marketing and through offering value to people. And that's going to yield you much better results in the long run than cold calling. So no need for you to cold call any strangers, anyone that you haven't heard from. If you ever have been told that cold calling works, it is not. It is one of the worst ways to become successful as a coach. Maybe in another industry. I don't know. I can't speak for the other industries, but certainly not for coaching. You don't have to do any of that. And the fifth worst way to attract clients is by asking your family and friends to hire you. Now, you do not need to be begging your family and friends to hire you to be their coach. This is actually not even a really great idea in general. Even if they were willing to hire you, this is not a good idea because there's so much bias. There's so much personal relationship that's enmeshed in the dynamic that to then try to make it a professional relationship, this may not work out well, right? There could be emotional ties there that also could entangle and disrupt the coaching process. Your family and friends probably don't align with who your ideal clients are anyway. They might not have the specific needs or challenges that your coaching services are really designed to address. So instead of begging your family and friends to work with you, and what you can do instead, if in a way, because some people wonder, how do I engage with family and friends when you become a coach? You can instead encourage referrals. Okay, it's totally fair to ask family and friends to refer others to you that might benefit from your services. This is a much more productive strategy and a great way to engage with family and friends so you can preserve the relationship you have with them while still opening a channel up for potential referrals. It's absolutely fair, and it's a really one of the better ways to attract clients by encouraging referrals instead. No pressure. When you're asking for referrals, it's not about putting pressure on anybody. It's just simply letting your network know that you are available to receive clients. So those are, as I've shared, the worst ways to attract clients into your business, okay? When you rely on these strategies, this is going to hold you back from attracting clients, and it could cost you a lot of time and money. When you grow a coaching business, you want to focus on building authentic relationships with people. You want to focus on offering people value and prioritizing client attraction, not merely going out there to find clients or get clients or capture them. Okay, when you attract clients, you will draw people in who want to pay you. They want to work with you. They see the value in what you have to offer. All right. So that's what I got on this episode on the 5 worst ways to attract clients. And before you go, I'm going to include a snippet from an interview that I had with one of our coaches inside the Academy. This interview is an opportunity for you to learn about what it's like being in the program, but also learn some tips for how you too can become successful as a coach. So enjoy their story, and I will see you in the next episode.
What led me to coaching was I went through a divorce 4 years ago, and I was in a place where I was really stuck and not happy, struggling, and just knew that my life wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I stumbled on a coach that did divorcing coaching. After I went through the experience of coaching, I thought this stuff is amazing. It's life-changing. And then I looked into becoming a coach myself. So as a mom of 3, I spent the last 2 decades raising kids and doing everything for them and just giving of myself and putting everyone else before me. So for me, when it came time to consider doing the Coach Academy, I was a little bit nervous, but I also knew that deep in my heart that this was like something that I've always wanted to do, that I've always wanted to help people in a way that was going to make a big change in their lives. I could cry right now just thinking about how this is it's been amazing. I think it's been so empowering that I've been able to put myself first in a way where I always was giving to everyone else and helping everyone else to get where they needed to be. And finally, like putting myself first, it's just helped me to see myself in just a more powerful and evolved way. And it's helped me to realize what I have to offer. It's very emotional for me because it has been so life-changing for me. Now to realize that I actually have the knowledge and the skills and the gifts to be able to do that for other people is kind of overwhelming. So if anyone is worried about being too sensitive or too emotional to be a coach, I just want to speak to that because that is something that I realized through the program, that our emotions are a part of us and it's a very important part of us, and being able to be sensitive to your emotions and emotional is something that helps you to relate with people better. And through the program, I've learned to honor my emotions and how important it is to feel what we feel and to be able to be sensitive to the feelings that we're having. So it really is a helpful thing to have, is to be sensitive and emotional, because you can relate with people on a deeper level than you would imagine. So I think if that's your worry, it's something that's going to help you to be able to connect with people easier. It has just changed my life so much in so many ways, even with how I relate with my kids, how I relate with my friends, how I've learned so much more about how to be healthy in relationships. It's really affected every area of my life. And it's helped me to realize that it's okay to put me first, and it's okay to have my own hopes and goals and dreams, and to believe in myself. And in doing so, I mean, I've made my kids see me as a stronger, more powerful woman that really is like the best example we can have and give our kids, is to actually do something and have them see us do it instead of just talking about it or thinking about it. So in that way, it's just been like a win all the way around.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.